Last time on Pokemon FireRed, Arceus himself just decided to intervene in my battle with Sabrina and just let me pass that with a fair bit of luck. Few moves that, probably shouldn't have worked out in my favor, but they did. See, I won handily. The game says I won handily, it's fine.
I like how they call out Mr. Mime, specifically. the problem.
Yeah, her biggest Pokemon, the biggest threat. How did we possibly overcome Mr. Mime? It was a tough battle indeed. So, today, we're gonna go on down to Fuchsia City, which is all the way over here. However, you might notice there are two different paths to Fuchsia City. We're going to be taking both of them overall. That's the Route 16 way, and this one is the Route 12 through 15 way. We're going to be going to our left first at Route 16, so need to go on down to Celadon City. Thankfully, now that the center area's opened up, we can just run over there with ease. Now, when you come by here, make sure you have a Pokemon with Cut. I would absolutely suggest going down this path because there's going to be a pretty important HM. That's right, not just TM, HM. So here's a double battle. These nerds. How dare you confuse me, Ninetales.
Strange fox ghost.
Weird-ass spirit thing.
Yokai that we're going to fight soon in our other content, the Blades in the Dark LP. Probably will be up by the time you post this video up.
Probably, yeah. We are way ahead in our recording. For example, we're a week away from Fire Emblem Three Houses, so when this will probably be long after my productivity has taken a nosedive.
I have been mostly cautious up to this point, but now I'm on board for Three Houses. There are 8 gay options.
Unfortunately, I have to drag myself away from talking about Fire Emblem to talk about Fly. HMO2. You want this move. Even if you don't, have a flying type on your main team, have a Pokemon in your box that can learn Fly. It is a really good overworld move that just allows you to fly to any town you've been to. It's also a pretty good 2-turn move to use. Basically, you leave the field on the first turn and most moves can't attack you, and then you come down on the second. And it's pretty powerful as well.
Yeah, and Let's Go, this just became a bunch of balloons attached to a seat.
Yep. Referencing the good old Pikachu with balloons.
Yep. Except it's designed for humans.
Changing it up dramatically. Seat with balloons, but bigger. My god, gentlemen, we did it! We broke through! Now no longer is this piece of technology limited to Pikachu, and only Pikachu.
Was Balloon Pikachu in a chair? I thought the balloons were just strapped to him.
I only really remember Surfing Pikachu. There were a bunch of different Pokemon or Pikachu forms, especially in Pokemon Snap. It's like he's the mascot or something. So, if you need a flying type to use Fly, here's a Doduo. You might be wondering, how do they learn Fly?
Helicopter.
Yeah, there's that one Brawl in the Family comic. I think it was Brawl in the Family.
I think that was Awkward Zombie.
Oh, was it? I forget. I'd need to actually see the image. I only remember it as a concept, just conceptually the horror of Doduos spinning their necks. It's not not great.
Mm-hmm. I love Dodo, though. It's so cute.
Yeah, Dodo is pretty adorable. What isn't adorable, though, is this big Snorlax who's in the way. We're gonna wake Snorlax up for daring to sleep. You're supposed to abide by the laws of man, Snorlax. Grumpy Rage is a good phrase. Alright, so Snorlax, level 30. Not a bad level. I'm going to chew through most of its HP. And he's just going to attempt to use Headbutt, which is pretty powerful. Honestly, you're going to want to catch a Snorlax because they're pretty good normal types. Very tanky. Pretty strong.
Normal types are in kind of a weird distribution in Gen 1. Because they're most of the common ones that aren't very useful, but they also make up a lot of the really rare ones.
Here's this normal rat, you're probably not going to use it for long. And here's Snorlax, surprise.
Yeah, like Snorlax, Kangaskhan, Tauros, Chansey, all fairly useful.
You would think the muscle would go to the fighting types, but no, it's normal types. So, before you move on, you're actually going to want to take out the item finder and use it on the spot Snorlax was on, because you can find the leftovers. The leftovers are an item you can give to your Pokemon, which will allow them to heal a little bit at the end of every turn. It's extremely good, especially for tanks. And we've got one of the aids. So what's your deal? The Amulet Coin. This one's simple enough. If the Pokemon holding it participates in battle, then you get extra money at the end of the fight. Double the value, I should say. That way I'm slightly more useful than the in-game explanation. Child, you're tiny.
You're also clearly not. You're standing here in the second floor of the building.
This kid's just a liar. Whatever, kid, I'm gonna be real cool and go ride my bike down a hill. That'll show ya. So, it goes without saying that you do need the bike in order to take this route. It is the shorter of the two routes to Fuchsia, so if you're pressed for time, this is the better route to go down. A, because you get Fly, and you really should have that. And B, it's, like, there are fewer trainers in the first place, but also you can pass them pretty easily. Really, just overall, this is the better path. But of course, I'm still going to be fighting everyone. Like this guy, all of the punks hang out on Cycling Road with their motorcycles.
Time to set fire to this toxic sludge. Surely nothing will go wrong.
And now that we've set fire to the toxic sludge, let's set fire to the toxic gas. Also a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Try this at home, kids. See, I got a crit. Don't you want to be like your hero Char and crit a coughing? Yeah, whatever, we like to loiter. Sorry. Hey! Wait, this guy's got a motorcycle. Why do you want just a normal-ass bike?
We like to loiter and steal.
I'm the one who does crimes. Coachy, please.
Hey, your dog bit my kid and set him on fire.
Yeah, whatever. Well, you're planning on stealing my bike. It was clearly intent. This is self-defense. It's fine. Arson is a perfect response to robbery.
Hey, I don't think you understand the concept of proportionality.
I don't understand proportions. That's why I'm terrible at baking. Alright, so Flame Wheel. This is actually the move I've been waiting for. Which is good, because I don't want to fight this Maggie with Char. I'm going to go in with Spearmint. Which means... Oh, I guess I didn't test out Fly. Okay, we're not going to see Fly today. Past me was just, nah, fuck this, Maggie. You're not worth my time. And another Machop. So, there are, of course, a few differences between the Bikers and the Cue Ball type trainers. Cue Balls, of course, still sort of that tough theme that the Bikers have, but they're more focused on fighting types over poison types. They're more muscle than grody, disgusting poison. Oh, you're not big enough. Alright, so now that Char has a better fire-type move, it's about time we use this old Firestone on him. It's no use. Now, of course, as usual, I should mention that evolving through stones does usually mean you don't get access to many more moves. I believe this Pokemon can learn Extreme Speed at a much later level, but that's pretty much it. But I can get by on TMs from now on. It's more important to have an Arcanine.
Yeah, and the TM thing is a lot more viable in later gens.
Yep. I know, perhaps we're a little broken record with this, but like, TMs are just way better when you can use them repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Weird how, in this game about catching many Pokemon and training them, you might want to use these discs more than one time. Funny that. And there goes Machop. Man, these punks just have attitude, and I'm not sure I appreciate it. I mean, I did. Can't argue with that.
Hey, watch where you're going. You need to respect the rules of the road. Hideo Kojima!
Here's Hideo Kojima. It's him and his wheezing Norman Reedus, named after his best friend. Well, one of them. He has many best friends.
Yeah, the two heads of this wheezing are named Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen.
Jeff Cayley is just the little purple thing connecting them down there.
That's all he deserves.
Hey, Kojima, I'm also here. Oh no!
That does it. I'm delaying Death Stranding for another 2 years.
Ah, now here's a punk who's here for a good time.
I just joined up for protection. I'm just here to have fun.
Hi, I'm Ruben. Here's my wheezing. Alright, so, unlike Hideo Kojima, this guy also has a coughing.
I feel like you may have started a little too strong.
Let me just lead with my best. Oh.
How about another?
Well, surprise, I actually had a second wheezing. Only one of my Pokemon sucked. Oh no, my wheezing David Hayter. And then Hideo just pushes him off the cliff. Oh, well. Apparently this guy's also a jerk.
Hello, my name is Ruben Konami.
I'm feeling hungry and mean. Oh my god, I love these bikers so much.
Cameron, your name isn't even spelled right.
You fucked up your name, Cameron. Man, a whole lot of Mankeys and a whole lot of Machops. It's just the popular Pokemon for this gang. Ooh, Revenge would have been pretty bad though, which is why I used Fly instead. Ha! What are you gonna do about that? Nothing. So yeah, Revenge of course does a ton of damage based on how hard you hit them. So hardy fighting types can really make use of that, because even if a flying type were to peck them, if they survived, Revenge will hurt. The Machop line really likes that one. Okay, so starting at this point, you'll start moving along automatically, and moving up or to the sides makes it go real slow. But there are new Pokemon to catch, like Raticades. We've seen Raticate before. If we used a Rattata, we probably would have had a Raticate already, but here it is now.
I always forget you capture evolved Pokemon because I never do, if I can help it.
I mean, especially in Let's Go, there's really no need.
There are some gens where, like, only evolved versions will appear. Hold on, that's not a food name.
I mean, it is if you consider the stand power. It's just not a food you'd want to eat. You a big fan of meat cubes?
So anyways, in Pokemon Let's Go, this route isn't the cycling road anymore. It's a walking path for trainers and their Pokemon.
Are there still punks hanging around in the area?
I think there are a couple of punks that are upset because it used to be a biking path and now there's no bikes allowed. What am I supposed to do with this motorcycle, eh? But there are a lot more like trainers with cute Pokemon. This is where you can find Eevee in Let's Go.
Ah, nice.
There's a whole bunch of them on this route.
I'm glad they eventually just decided to put Eevee on routes and not just give you one. I've never actually gone through with doing a team of Eevees, but I really should do that at some point.
Yeah, just hack the game to give you 6 Eevees at the start and then you can evolve them later.
Figure Pokemon Moon probably has them earlier than X, so it would be a little easier to do that without hacking. On the bright side, it did lower Weezing's special defense, so this'll definitely take it out. It's now at the point where I could have one-hit killed it, had it started the battle with that ability. You know, I feel like having a path full of cute Pokemon would actually work better, because, man, we've seen a whole lot of Coughings.
Yeah, and we already saw a whole lot of Coughings back in Silphco.
So many Coughings. Please, enough with the Coughings. I have Mira. They're not that much of a threat anymore.
Oops, all Coughings.
Pokemon Oops All Coughings and Pokemon Whoops All Zubats.
Pokemon Oops All Digimon.
Really fucked this one up. We got Digimon in instead. How do we even make that mistake?
Oops All Fighting Foodons. Did Fighting Foodons even have a game, or a toy, or a something?
I don't know. I know only of it. I don't think I've ever seen actual proof that it exists.
I've seen like half a clip of it once.
Maybe it's just like Shazam. Maybe it doesn't actually exist. Shazam or that one Street Shark. Now, here's a man who's just excited about life. And we're not we haven't been tricked by this man. He's not just out of the blue revealing, actually I'm a huge jerk. Sometimes I just go into the tall grass and just flip off the Pokemon, and then run away laughing.
I can't believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Saw this route and made an entire anime out of it.
Pokemon battles on bikes. It really is kind of tough. I feel like at this point, Hotaru just has to dig her feet into the ground, considering how it actually works. It's very painful. It's a good workout, but she's not going to want to use her legs after this. Need to reposition myself to talk to you. Also, apparently you can pick stuff up. I'm not going to bother doing that. Not on this hill. I have enough trouble just finding everyone and getting to them. No one's ever going to turn this route into a park. It's fine.
Billy!
The name's Billy. I got a muck. Huh. Well, what do you know? Muck actually woke up. Oh well, whatever will I do? Oh, what do you know? He's so small that it was hard to hit him with psychic energy. He's just too small, I can't find his brain. I mean, I'm on one. My friend, my pal, my buddy.
What you see is what you get.
I'm just a biker who loves adventure.
And piss
I'm
rocks.
Billy. Billy the biker. And here comes Jamal with another Mankey.
Let me guess, 2 Mankeys, 2 Machops.
I'd say you tried, but you really didn't.
How about another? A Machamp? Have we even seen Machoke yet?
I don't... Like, there's a Machamp earlier, but I feel like we must have seen a Machoke at some point. Alright, now here's the incredibly less threatening Machop.
Get him, Machop.
I know your muscular big brother failed, but you got... Oh no, you don't got this. Yeah, no, not yet. There we go. I mean, you had animals fight for you, my dude. You people and you're not really even being counterculture. You're not countering anything. You're all using the exact... Oh, it's noticed that we're reading from behind. And once again, it's telling us to look for discarded items, but no, I will not. Look at what I'm doing right now. Do you think I want to be searching for items in this? I didn't like doing it for the underground tunnel. Okay, apparently it's War Crimes Jr. It's Nicholas.
Well, everyone's falling off of their bikes now.
It's just everybody starts rolling downhill. Ah, dang, ah, heck. Okay, everybody's back on their bikes. Please don't do that again. No, don't you dare. I see your rock putting its hands on the ground. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh shit, Jamal fell into the lake.
Not again. Quite literally. Well, okay then. Thank you for the backstory. / hint. We will not be making use of that for quite a while.
It is weird how rare electric Pokemon are in this game.
Yeah, you don't find many of them.
Like, if you don't find a Pikachu in Viridian, it's gonna be a long time.
Also, that's not really a great move for Machoke to use. So, basically, Foresight is actually an interesting move. Basically, normally, Ghost type and normal types can't affect each other. However, Foresight actually changes that, so a normal type can affect a Ghost type, making them just a little bit more dangerous. It also has a few other uses as well. It's basically... Okay, I do not know how to read this description in my notes. I just copy-pasted, when Foresight is used, if the user's accuracy stage is less than the target's evasion stage, both stat stages will be treated as 0 during accuracy checks against the target, and a whole lot of question marks. That was mine. That's my part of that.
I think that means you will hit even if otherwise you would miss.
So it also has uses for fighting types, though I don't remember if Machoke would actually have a use for it, because there is a move called High Jump Kick that some Pokemon learn, where you do a lot of damage if you hit, but if you miss, you just sort of keep on flying and hit a wall, and then you get damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with Foresight, you got a pretty good chance of making that move definitely hits, thereby removing its drawback.
Oh no, my dreams of being a pro wrestler, they're dead. Goodbye.
I was hoping to get into Surf's Up 3.
Oh, well, thanks. You're actually a good punk. That's nice advice, thank you. Now we must part ways. Please ignore the fact that this looks really bad on my end. Putting in a lot of effort. This leave is in no way dramatic. Please do not freeze frame and set any sort of 80s music to this. Especially not Don't You Forget About Me.
My hero.
All Pokemon are unique. Well, isn't that a nice message? Oh, well. I could have used that a long time ago. Thanks, game. Also a great position for that sign. You can't even really read it.
See, if this wasn't on a 2D plane, that would be fine. Because you could just look up and see it. The left one is Frey, and the right one is Enk.
Enk, no! Frey, I don't care about you. Really, you were just weighing the whole wheezing down. Can't put me to sleep, I'm a pile of sludge.
And I'm screaming.
Ah! At last, I'm at peace. And now I'm at double peace. Goodbye.
Piece 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. Alright, let's read this sign from behind. Okay. Hey, your wheel's on my wheel. Get your wheel off my wheel, pal. William. Hi-ho, I'm in this gang.
He has to call himself that because there's already a biker named Billy. Every couple of months, William and Billy have a Pokemon fight to see who gets to keep calling themselves Billy. And who's stuck with William.
One day Billiam, out of spite, is just gonna try to be called Billiam. It's not gonna catch on. Everyone's gonna look at him funny.
Great, another coughing. Nice originality.
Maybe it's you bikers who are the true conformists. Good job, Candy. You threw a whole lot of rocks at balloons. Right here. Alright, well, I'm going to bed now. Good night. Now we have freedom of movement yet again. No pedestrians allowed, ever. Just see a bunch of pedestrians at the bottom, looking up at cycling roads, saying to themselves, one day it will be ours. Man, neither of those binoculars are pretty good. I mean, it's nice to see our hometown, but otherwise it's just... Pallet Town's in the west. Yeah, I knew that. People are swimming. Oh, thanks. Real pertinent information there, game. Hey, this is the bird turf for birds. Get out of here.
Thought you scared my bird away.
My bird exploded. I'm the big Spiro fan. You might be wondering why I had bluebird feathers in my Sprite. Well, have you ever tried decorating a bird? Not easy.
Is there even a bird Pokemon in this gen that had blue feathers?
I mean, the one I can think of, I can't imagine Jacob has or has ever had.
He just has a bunch of Articuno feathers.
I swear these are Articuno feathers. Jacob, you realize they just paint those blue, right? They just take normal Pidgey feathers and they put them in blue dye. No! It's definitely from Articuno. It's lucky.
I took them from Articuno myself.
Jacob, no you didn't. Jacob, if you disturbed Articuno, you would be dead right now. Turns out you can punch a bird.
I was about to say, I can't believe the awkward zombie comic lied to me.
Ah, rollout. Excellent, yes. Alright, so, rollout. A 5-turn rolling attack that becomes stronger each time it hits. Its biggest weakness is pretty much its potential to miss, because if it misses, that just screws the whole thing up, but otherwise, rollout's really powerful. I'm sure anybody who's played Gold or Hard Gold or whatever have you knows full well how dangerous a move it can be.
And if you use Defense Curl first, it becomes twice as strong.
Yep, and Candy does indeed have Defense Curl. It does take a bit of setup to do it like that, of course, but, you know. Hey, if you're ever fighting a whole lot of bird Pokemon, like, for instance, if there's a bird-type trainer, or flying-type trainer, trains birds. It's kind of hard to notice there, because, just knocked it out in one attack anyway. Oh yeah, and of course, when you're using, rollouts, you don't actually have any time to, change out Pokemon or use items, so that is one potential thing you need to remember. And if you're playing set mode instead of shift mode, rollout definitely becomes really risky, because of course, then you just flat out can't change Pokemon. But if I had wanted to do so, then I could have, thanks to shift mode. But, you know, he had another bird, I wasn't gonna back down. Kuruko! That's a bird call. Look at all of the birds I got from the bird call. Here's this weirdo. That one head is just really sad to be here.
You know, guys, I'm really not that angry.
Really not feeling it today, sorry.
And done. And that's the power of rollouts. But you're a flying type trainer, not a bug type.
You use birds, you fool!
Hey, you're not allowed to have more than one type of Pokemon. You're a trainer. You got a gimmick, stick to it, God. Anyway, Fuchsia City's that way, but we're not going to enter Fuchsia City yet because, as I said, we are going to be doing both of the routes, so next time we're going to be starting on Route 12. So let's just get to the most convenient point to start on that route, Lavender Town, the haunted one. And with that, we'll heal up and mentally prepare ourselves for the journey ahead, because this episode might have been long, but the next one's gonna be on foot, and it's several routes, so oh boy, next time on Pokemon FireRed, the longer path.